East Bengal will look to bounce back to winning ways when they face Salgaocar F.C. in an I-League football tournament at the Salt Lake Stadium tomorrow. Mumbai FC had halted East Bengal's hat-trick of wins with a 1-all draw in the match that saw Ranty Martins missing a penalty while Cavin Lobo's shot hit the horizontal. Salgaocar come with the back of 3 losses on the trot as they lie 6th in the table, 6 points behind East Bengal. We'll now have a look at what the coaches had to say.
I gave them a day off yesterday because I think looking at the last game, as I mentioned it before, the fitness problem and many games in short time. So a day extra rest is always the choice of the coach. Should I do something extra or is the rest important? So today I will have to assess how everybody's feeling. That's the physical part. The tactical part, looking at our last game, I think that the most difficult thing for the coaches who is long time in football, worked on a professional level. He knows what he's doing. He knows how the process goes. And looking at our last game, there were patches of the game that we dominated. And then people will say there was a lot of back passing, etc. But there are reasons for that. At the same time, if you look back to the game in Pune and Bharat, where we played some good football with beautiful goals. And if last game Ranty scores the penalty without blaming him at all, then everybody forgets that. So now you made a little bit of a setback mentally, I think, because now again you will have the expectation how we're going to perform. But the players, they are doing their best, and I see progress in the things we are doing. Only thing is that you have right away a new exam, and an exam is always difficult. So overall, it's going to be a question how we get out of that, and more on a mental part.
Last press conference you said you were a little bit annoyed. Bengal people the DNA is like a long ball. Bengal players, do you still consider like that?
No, it's part of. I mean, I have Cabra here sitting beside me. I had a few talks with him during our process, and even with other players. I think players, and if it's not, they can also tell me. But I think players have the feeling that they're learning something and making progress for themselves. And of course, the team effort is, or the team, how to call it, the product, the winning is of course the most important. But the moments in a game, especially it's a big difference. You play against Pune, who tries to play football, or you play against Mumbai, who doesn't try to play football. So it's just a complete different approach, and it's their good right not to try to play football. Even I question that the coach was suspended, but he still was coaching here on the stands. I saw on the TV. But overall, what I want to say, it's a different approach. And at that moment, when things become more difficult, when you want to be dominant, when you want to control the game, and a team that is retreating that far, then you have to find different solutions.
But another thing, playing 3 matches in a week. So how difficult for a team to play this working hard?
I mentioned this something I take the chance for now. I got this morning a message that I supposed to be praying that Mohun is losing points. I never pray that another team is losing points. The reason why I say this is I made a assessment of the last games there are, and the assessment is as follows. Mohun has 7 games to go, 5 away games. Difficult games. Royal Wahindong have 5 games to go with a lot of rest in between. Pune have 6 games with a lot of rest in between. Then we have Bangalore and East Bengal have 7 games plus 2 AFC Cup games. So theoretically, I think that Royal Wahindong and Pune have a good chance. They have a lot of rest in between, and they have less games to go. That means for us, we have a very busy program that will be more difficult. But at the same time, we are still playing against Bangalore. We are still going to play Royal Wahindong. We are still going to play Pune. So if we keep winning our games and win those 3, we're still going to make a good chance. That assessment I made, and somebody made a different story out of that from what I understood, that I'm praying that Mohun Bagan is losing points, and That's not my style.
So tomorrow we can see the passing football like a special style.
There's also a statement that I want to make is, and this is why I'm a little bit annoyed working in this part of the world, is that it looks like that I prefer to play beautiful above winning. This is total nonsense. First of all, I like to win. One of my highest values, I'm a very sore and bad loser, so I like to win. But to win, you can do in different ways. That every coach has his style. Mumbai coach has a completely different style to win, but he will never win the championship with that style. And if you want to be a champion, then you need to do something extra. Then you need to do something outside the field and inside the field that other people don't do. Now, my style is to dominate. That means be progressive and try to be put your power upon the opponent. Along with that is a style of play that means you need to keep possession. As long as you have possession, the opponent team has to run. But that does not mean that it's just simply wide passing. It's a matter of going forward on the right moment. But for players to do that, that takes time, that takes creativity. I have Cabra here beside me, I have Matap on the midfield, I have Leo on the midfield, and there is still a lot of improvement to make in order the moments to go forward. And I don't blame that, but that's something that is very difficult to understand. I watched the DVD of our game, and if I hear the TV commentary on the TV, it is, why do the defenders don't play to the midfield, so the midfield plays to the striker and we score a goal? Yeah, if it was that simple, then you don't need a coach. What I want to say is that these things, even if I don't have time, but even in patches, and we saw it even I'm proud of my players and even on myself in the last two games in Pune, where we have a grass field, a good field, where we show some good football. And the last game, when you play here in the stadium here, it's a little bit more difficult. There will be more pressure. The field is not that good, but I'm not going to make it as an excuse. But still, I saw some good moments of football. But if a team retreats that far, it's more difficult. And I always say it is more difficult to be creative than to sit back and just wait for others to make mistakes.
Started marking each and every player, like somebody was on me and Leo. And even the striker, they were coming and dropping in front of 18 yards. They started defending from there. So it's very difficult, but the right time, like if we are a midfielder, so we must be like we must create something for the attackers, like for the strikers. And we are not getting that right opportunity. We are not maybe that much smart enough that like when we can get easily to do the time we are getting chance to we are playing some 2-3 passes. After that we must need a positive pass to the final third, but that time we played the back pass or some wide pass, and we just need to concentrate more on that, because but another thing is we played in Pune, and if we are doing first touch, always we getting the good, and after that it's easy to make a second touch like in a positive way. But here first you have to more concentrate on the first pass, then you trap it properly. Then I think we need to be more sharp on the ball in the final third. Instead of playing to the wide, we have to play right away to the strikers.
We concentrate more on recovery. From our last match, we played in Goa against Sporting, and we had to travel immediately. Yesterday morning, we had to leave early morning, catch an early morning flight, spend another 3 hours at Bombay airport, and catch another flight to Calcutta. But it was travel-wise, it was good. We had a pool session in the evening, and today morning we had a very light session on the main stadium. And the preparations so far. I mean, we have worked on the recovery, and it's good.
What was wrong? Because you lost 3 in the ID. So what was wrong?
Can't say absolutely. I can't say like performance-wise we performed well. Like football is all about mistakes.
Please.
Football is all about mistakes, and when you do mistakes, sometimes you get punished, sometimes you get away with those mistakes. And in these last 3 matches, I think we were punished with the mistakes what we made, and also uh, we couldn't finish the chances what we created. So I think that's all about it. Uh, right now, yeah, I mean, like I said, they are a very strong side with a good strike force in Dudu and Ranty. Yes, we tried as in this short time, just half an hour's session in one session, it's not possible, but we tried our best to, to work out something to deal with the whole team, not just Ranty and Dudu, but they have got a very good side, all Indian players with a good bench strength. So it will be very tough, but I believe that nothing is impossible.
What is the difference between East Bengal Arrow match and home match?
There was not much difference, I felt. Only thing that that was the only performance where we performed and we got the crucial goals at the crucial times, and I think that was the only difference. During that match and the other matches as well, our matches. Like I said in the beginning, we got punished for our mistakes. In that match, they
Last match in Goa, it was just 51.
yeah.
And now, tomorrow is the match.
The only difference I think is the coach. The team is the same. The coach playing style could be a different style. I know Elko, he was with United earlier, and I know so it's he's got a particular style of the Dutch style what they play, and I think that's that's the only difference between the previous outing and now.
Any more questions to Delek?
Gilbert is injured.
He's out of the
For this match, yes, he's out.
Yeah, in the first leg, as the coach says that we get goal in a crucial time, and tomorrow match will be different in this condition here. And I think East Bengal, they are a good side.